Right, lots to discuss now with Jeffrey Bloodworth. He is a political analyst. Good morning. Thank you so much for being with us. So let's go back to the shutdown. We're closer to seeing this thing end. What does it mean for government services and federal workers at this point?
Well, for federal workers, they can finally start receiving a paycheck again. That is, enormously huge. If you're a senator from Virginia, for example, which has an enormous number of federal workers, they were getting a lot of pressure. And opening the spigot for food stamps, the SNAP benefits, otherwise known as food stamps, is just absolutely critical. I mean, in my own county, we have 50,000 citizens who receive SNAP benefits. As we head into the holiday season, this was especially just absolutely crucial.
There was a lot of surprise last night that this small group of Democrats sided with the Republicans in favor of the spending agreement. What was your reaction, particularly after the gains that Democrats saw earlier in the week and they finally had a reason to sort of, hold their heads high?
Well, I think they're related, is that Democrats actually had a victory. They feel good about being Democrats and that they can beat Republicans, in a Trump presidency. But I also am heartened by it. I mean, this is bipartisan government working. Some Democrats are angry that they didn't get an address to the Obamacare subsidies, which are going to expire. But this is going to be an issue in the 2026 midterms. I mean, slug it out. And this is a losing issue for Republicans, with health care premiums going up. And so, look, I think this is a win for the American people. It's a win for at least a little bit of good governance, which we haven't really seen in the past year, I would argue. It sets the ground for the 2026 midterm election. It's going to be about healthcare premiums, which is a Democratic issue that they can win on.
So what are the next steps then? When does the shutdown end?
Well, I mean, the House has to reconvene, and it hasn't taken a vote since mid-September. So House members have to come back, and one would expect by the end of the week to get this bill through and to get things up and running, by the end of the week. There's an enormous amount of pressure. I mean, when people have to wait in line, at the airports and airline, planes are being canceled. There's just an enormous amount of pressure. I would imagine by the end of the week, you'll get a bill that is signed and government functioning this time next week, as if it never happened.
As if it never happened. Lastly, I do want to get your take on Trump granting Giuliani a pardon for his role. What do you make of that?
I'm not surprised. It used to be that presidents would issue pardons at the end of their terms, and now this has become semi-normal, semi-regular part of President Trump's kind of repertoire. I mean, this is a great way to grab a headline. We're talking about this instead of the government shutdown and SNAP benefits. And then 2020 election in Trump's mind what was stolen, and it is another way of rewriting history, but also grabbing headlines. I mean, the pardon power is going to be wielded by the president every few weeks, and I would imagine when there's a bad headline, we're going to see a pardon. And this is going to go on for the next 3 years. Yeah,
and again, that happening overnight, too. Jeffrey Bloodworth, he's a political analyst with Gannon University. Really appreciate you being with us this morning.